number one, having someone be there as an observer who is supposed to be my friend but is the culprit in the situation really doesn't make me feel well within a Zoom call setting, because it's not like you can have that moral support. You're actually being subjugated to more criminal activity, if you ask me, just to know the circumstance of my case, when it's been legitimately them doing, not them, but him and others doing this crime over my life. So when you're unwittingly being a victim of poisoning and you don't have a recourse of action, they're just able to get away with it then? I mean, you can try and explain this to me, but secondly, I wanted to talk about this situation. 12:01 on the time, 12:01 p.m., right on the dot, I get another code being sent to my phone that I can log in on that isn't the same phone number as the login that I should be able to log in on my normal phone line with the gig app that I'm using. So if that's happening during, while I'm logged in, it tells me that there's a rootkit or some kind of piggybacking going on with my online data, and just to score me. It's just to literally score me psychologically. It's abusive in the first place, and then on top of it, when you go and try and get a hold of the people in support for the situation, they don't have any reset values that they can offer you. And on top of it, they're suggesting to escalate the case, which never gets escalated. You just actually get hung up on, or the chat just ends abruptly, and you go back in, you do the same thing, and then you're offered no help, no assistance with the situation. I should be able to change the values and have a private connection to my own Wi-Fi, my own connection with the gig app itself, and the connectivity of any job. Not like this isn't just an ongoing thing, because it's been an ongoing thing in my life, not allowing me to my own workmanship, not allowing me to my work life, not allowing me to an organic love life. And it was me telling him, you have no right to do this to me, dude. You literally have no right to do this to me. I deserve to be left alone in my love for anybody else. Period. End of story. You have no right to be pressuring my life in this fashion, to psychologically create this warfare in my life. And you needed to leave me alone in my love for anybody else, is what I said. And so, that being true, and you do have the right to your autonomy, it's just many levels deeper than this even represents, when it's just, a little video of what I've been actually going through, not to represent the whole magnitude of them going in my house, gaslighting my reality, them poisoning me by proxy to keep me in proximity of their crime against me, and just consistently derailing me from any type of support that I could get, derailing me from having an organic support system. And even my brothers, my own very own blood brothers, can't even simply have a going conversation with me, or a onward conversation with me about these crimes, because I've been going to them the whole time asking for help. Well, they never anticipated asking me for help. They just wanted to leave me in the animosity of being the unwitting victim of a circumstance that had to do with poisoning me, psychologically creating this warfare, covertly attacking me by proxy, keeping me within proximity of these cold and calculated narcissism, malignant narcissists, sociopaths, if you ask me, and psychopaths, that could even do this. I don't care what money it makes. I don't care if they were manipulated and just thought it was fun and making my life just gamed up for fun. They had no right to do this to me at all. At all. None whatsoever. And so, if I'm not able to get to the rock solid bottom of the actual crimes that are being taken place in my life, to where I can't even articulate it to the levels I'm able to articulate it today, then you can see the magnitude of the crime. You could actually hear it for what it is right now. Literally right now. Inside of this video. And the reason I say that is because there's no way I would have been able to articulate it to this extent when I was poisoned up. I was legitimately you just can't see straight, you're being lost off inside of your reality, you're being gaslit, you're just in all of this emotional terror and warfare, psychological warfare, spiritual warfare, and you're just unable to actually think correctly because of the poisoning and all of the psychological warfare. You're just your heart's being ripped out because you're I love these people, why aren't they supporting me? Why aren't they listening to me? This and that. Well, they actually couldn't listen to you. They couldn't help you, because helping you would be able to allow you to get away from themselves, their proxy, to keep you within proximity. And if you can't actually move in that fashion to be able to suggest to the magnitude of the crime that's actually taking place inside of your life, then not only are you going back to the partakers based on the love bombing of narcissists that they do, to instigate that you have a valid, trusting partnership, a valid, trusting support system, and people that you have legitimately to go to about the crimes that are happening to you. If you don't have that legitimately, to have that in your arsenal, then you literally don't have them. You can't rely on a support system that's not only broken, but is actually actively breaking you, breaking your mind, breaking your workmanship, your craftsmanship in your work, your artisanship, or your artistry. You're able to otherwise, so hard to explain, you're otherwise able to maneuver differently in your life versus having to go through all of these footsteps to track back what's happened to me, how did this happen to me, going back to these boys, what did you do to me, what was this, what was that, when you had these girls over as a kid, what did you do to me, and then just over and over, always being lost off in complete ways, not knowing how you're going to get out of this mental warfare, spiritual warfare, and how you're going to be able to continue moving onward in your life. And if you're not able to, well, what are you suggesting a person do? I wasn't born with a body camera or anything like that. I wasn't. It's just such a harsh crime. It is such a harsh crime. And then here in the end, it was just so soul-throwing, flopping to the ground, basically, in many different avenues, not only in the avenues of prior work and prior areas of my life, just being completely, slipped out of myself and not having the availability of my mind to even, think, what is this? It's just, you're not sick, and you're not in a state of mind to suggest it's you're just sick, or you just have something going on organic in your life. No, it's not. There's nothing organic about it. That's the only thing that you do know. I mean, if you can even hold on to that thought process for 20 minutes before you're just slipped out of it completely, and then you're going back Stockholm syndrome, like back to the people that are making this crime happen to you. So it's just really sad, it's really sick, and it's really frightening that I can't get help within it, and they're trying to make me out to be the criminal based on the hyperbole that coming out of that long standing of a poisoning represents in my life. If I can't legitimately be offered help and be offered of any kind of assistance, then what am I supposed to do? What actually am I supposed to do? So anyway, thanks for being here and thanks for supporting me. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. God bless. I know I'm trying to take care of myself. Peace.